Now, I did want to touch on quickly Hedera Hackathon, for those unfamiliar, starting in August into late September. Hedera ran the HelloFuture Hackathon. They had over 2,000 submissions, and they had 84 projects make it to the finish line. Hackathons are not easy. Hackathons are not easy, guys. Especially one that's a month long. The stakes are high, and there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of pressure, and the judges are, comprised of governing council members, all these different types of things. So not easy. So I think that, 84 projects submitting to this Hedera Hackathon is a decent yield. I think that it definitely grabbed the attention of the ecosystem, especially some of the winners. And I just wanted to kind of take a minute here and just kind of go through this post that Hedera published on the HelloFuture Hackathon and some of the winners. So there was over $350,000 US worth of prizes available for winning teams, including, some Google Cloud credits and all sorts of different stuff. There were several different tracks, including AI, DeFi, real world asset tokenization, beginner tracks, advanced tracks. And, there was Q&A sessions, different activities along the way. It was, obviously, I'm at Hgraph. We participated in the hackathon. It was great, but let's just take a quick look at the winners. So the first place overall winner, right? Overall is there were, again, the different tracks within the hackathon, and you had different submissions within the different tracks. And then depending on who was winning those different tracks, they would become an overall winner. So the overall winners were, Savera, a blockchain wallet platform, focused on underserved communities. So that's very cool. Nomad, second place overall, which we know Milan from the ecosystem and community, and the HBAR founder. I was talking about him earlier in the show about his panel that he had with Lehman. So second place, well-deserved. And he posted to X recently, very unfortunate aspect of Milan's experience in the hackathon was, during the hackathon, his dog got very sick. And then after the hackathon, just days after, his dog ended up passing away, which is, I've got my dog right here. I love her to bits, Georgia. And so it's just crushing to hear stuff like that. And it really speaks to how, really powering through something so emotionally taxing and difficult and life-changing as, a pet getting ill during a hackathon and being dedicated and really pushing it to second place. The motivation, the dedication, this deep into this ecosystem is just incredible. And I think Milan is a great example of somebody who embodies that intrinsic motivation, somebody who is so dedicated to this ecosystem through thick and thin. And just so condolences to Milan about his dog, and congratulations on the win. Second place, well deserved. Third place, Hedera revolutionizes trade documentation with secure and compliant digital solutions, focusing on MLETR compliant electronic bill of lading and tokenization. So very, very cool stuff. And single team member, right? So some of these had multiple team members, right? This one had quite a few. Single team member, a single person pulling third place. So huge congrats. That's awesome. Track winners. So the AI track, Osminium Labs, a Hedera AI chat interface. So this is really, really cool. You can, perform complex interactions with natural language. So very, very cool stuff. Kanban 3.0, end-to-end project management tool, leading up right to payment and delivery. So this is really cool when it comes to, getting a project, planning a project, managing it, but then going the extra mile afterwards. And how do you actually pay for it? So that was very, very cool. Bitflipper, combining AI and blockchain, secure, transparent quizzing, which is important. I mean, when you're doing quizzes in any capacity, being able to verify, lock that in, potentially deliver rewards for those quizzes, really needs you need AI for that. Acor, shout out to Acor, Jim Nasser. HealthGuard AI integrates AI with blockchain for trustworthy health predictions, an immutable audit trail. I mean, Acor has been in the ecosystem for so long, and it's so exciting to see them participating in a community hackathon. It's great. Like, this is, again, a highly motivated space. And then we've also got Verify, right? Verify. I think it's pretty cool. So shout out to those 5. RWA tokenization, ZenHash. This is a bridging use case. So bridging digital assets and daily microtransactions on the Hedera network, empowering users to convert HBAR into a different cryptocurrency, which is a stable coin backed by the Indonesian currency. So really, really cool. Credor, right? So this is also the 3rd place overall winner. Hugo, which is a blockchain lending application, borrowers and lenders, right? This is right down the heart of what we need in DeFi and real world asset is borrowing and lending. Very, very important. Asminium Labs, also an AI track winner. We already touched on them. You could submit to multiple different tracks. Little Tarzan, I believe this is Little Tarzan from Saucer Swap. If it is, I wasn't familiar that they submitted to the hackathon. So shout out to Little Tarzan. HTS 1400 is a Hedera implementation of the Ethereum ERC 1400 security token. Very interesting and relevant because that is relevant to the asset token or asset tokenization studio. So very interesting stuff. The DeFi track, right? Nomad already talked about them. Severa already talked about them. HashPress Pioneers. This is a integration with WordPress for payments. So I imagine maybe similar to Drop. So very cool. We really need stuff like this. This is really great to see. ZenHash also touched on them in the real world asset tokenization. And Commodity, great spelling. I'm always a fan of quirky spelling. Again, supply chain stuff. Really, really important. Really dig it. Trailblazers, advanced track, Nomad, already touched on them. Again, Nomad submitted to different categories and placed in various different ones and second overall. So huge shout out to Nomad. Gemio, enhancing information exchange in the industrial machinery sector, and incorporating digital twins. So physical objects, digital tokenized objects, connecting them together. I think of Twigital. I think of so many other different use cases. And then, specifically in this industry in machining, I've got a very good friend I actually had a great call with yesterday in the machining industry. So this stuff is very cool. And Hgraph, not to toot our own horn, but 3rd place, Trailblazers track, with the revenue dashboard that everyone's familiar with, hederarevenue.com. I'll just give maybe let's take a look at the revenue for the network right now. With Atma in the last hour, $946 worth of revenue. Without Atma, $39 so far within the last hour. With Atma in the last 24 hours, 23 grand revenue via transaction fees, $1,300 without in the last 24 hours, and just over the last week, we've got just shy of 10 grand worth of revenue generated for the Hedera network via transaction fees without Atma.io and with $160,000. So, Hgraph, 3rd place, Trailblazers. Shout out, and a huge shout out to Tyler McDonald at Hgraph, our CEO, who I developed the revenue dashboard with. It was just a blast. I really dug it. And HashAuth in 4th place, single sign-on and know your customer provider for Hedera. Very important, very cool. Rod Da Silva, Hedera P2P, provides a glimpse at what's possible with the consensus service and peer-to-peer. Really, really great stuff. This is the beginner's track. Shout out to Rec 081, Solo Explorer, Launches, VidChat, Stray, Project Alpha, Dreamers, Verify, TicketByte, and Solo. This kind of stuff is so cool because these are people just getting started out for the first time on Hedera via a hackathon, getting a little bit of money. And I just love that stuff. I think it's great. And this was, to be honest, this is one of my first hackathons. So this was just a great experience, and shout out to all of the participants and everybody who entered into this hackathon. And a quick plug for Genfinity, because I'm so excited about this. They're doing there's multiple parts. I think this is true. This is the first one. And then there's going to be multiple installments of this. The first will be on September 30th. So next Monday, I believe. And this will be a live show connecting with the winners of the hackathon, the overall winners, including Milan. So this is going to be really great. September 30th, 9 a.m. Eastern. Tune in for that. I'll be definitely tuning in. And they're going to be doing more of these. So keep an eye on Genfinity for all of the kind of like hackathon stuff that we have yet to kind of unpack and recap and all that kind of stuff.